After watching today's video, you'll see our familiar fruit, the coconut, in a completely different light. Yeah, today we're diving into some unique and offbeat aspects of coconut farming that'll make you look at coconuts with fresh eyes all over again. Guys, just think about it. You walk into a supermarket, grab a bottle of coconut water, drop $5 to $6, and think, man, this probably just fell off a tree. Wrong. Behind that one bottle is a farmer's 6 years of hard work. Sweat from a factory worker's hands, a supply chain that stretches to over 90 countries around the world. And yeah, that fibrous outer husk you toss in the trash? It's now being used in NASA-level tech. Yup, you heard right. Trash to NASA. In this video, we're gonna explore the coconut's full journey, from a tiny seed to a multi-billion-dollar global industry. And I guarantee you, after the next 10 minutes, you'll never call a coconut ordinary again. So, let's get started. From the farm. Guys, have you ever thought about what the ultimate example of patience is? Some people might say the stock market. Some might say dealing with government paperwork. But I'd say a coconut farmer. After you plant a coconut tree, you gotta wait 3 to 6 years just to see the first coconut. 6 years. By the time your kid starts school and finishes first grade, that's when the farmer's tree finally bears its first fruit. Just picture that farmer's eyes as he plants a sapling with his son and thinks, this tree is gonna change my kids' lives. This isn't just farming, it's a dream. Now, here's another twist. Even after the flowers show up on the coconut tree, it still takes 9 months for the coconuts to fully mature. In other words, the same amount of time it takes for a human baby to be born is how long it takes for a coconut to be ready. Check out nature's sense of humor. Every coconut is technically 9 months old when you eat it. But here's another fascinating thing most people don't know. On a coconut tree, each flower bunch has both male and female flowers. Nature designed it super smart. But farmers are even smarter. In big coconut farms, they cut off the male flowers ahead of time. Then, using their hands or a little brush, they carefully apply the pollen from the male flowers onto the female ones. This is manual pollination, and it multiplies the crop yield many times over. Imagine a farmer manually overriding nature. He's basically a coconut tree matchmaker, and it works. Pretty awesome, right? After all that comes the most dramatic moment, harvesting the coconuts. Some farmers still climb barefoot up 100 feet. That's like a 10-story building, with no rope, no safety harness, just pure experience and guts. 100 feet, barefoot, no net. If you're scared of heights, give these farmers a salute for their courage. But to cut down on the risk, the pole method has come in now, tying a knife to the end of a long bamboo pole to cut the coconuts. And the most modern way is a hydraulic elevator, which is expensive, so small farmers still rely on the old-school methods. This isn't just a lack of tech, it's an economic reality that reminds us how unequal the food system really is. But once the coconut comes down from the tree, that's when the real story begins. So the coconut's down from the tree. Now what? Does it just head straight to your house? Nope, guys. The real game is just getting started. After the coconuts are collected, it's time for transport. And here, some farmers have come up with a hack that'll make you laugh and be impressed at the same time. In places like Kerala and Sri Lanka, where there's a network of canals, farmers float the coconuts in the water and collect them by boat. Totally free logistics. Nature's own conveyor belt. Amazon and Walmart folks, take notes. This is zero-cost last-mile delivery. The coconuts that are rotten or damaged don't get sent to the factory. They're turned straight into compost, meaning literally zero waste. This is one of the oldest and most natural examples of a circular economy. We shout about zero waste today. Coconut farmers have been living it for centuries. In the factory, the first thing that happens to the coconut is separating the tough outer fibrous husk, called coir. This process is known as dehusking. At home, we do this with a sickle or an iron rod, but in big factories, there's a dehusking machine with two massive toothed rollers that literally chew off the husk in seconds. This machine looks like it came straight out of a sci-fi movie, and it does in seconds what takes a person 5 minutes. After that, skilled workers, without any machine, use their hands at unbelievable speed to crack open the hard shell. It's an art that comes from years of experience. Now that husk you thought was trash, its real story starts here. The husk gets passed through big rollers to extract long, strong fibers. From these fibers come durable ropes, doormats, and nets, and most importantly, geotextile. In this era of climate change, when rivers are eroding their banks and mountains are sliding, coir-based geotextile is being used to stop these disasters. One coconut's waste is saving lives. And this industry is worth billions of dollars today. But hold on, the husk's story doesn't end here. After extracting the fibers, what's left is a fine dust-like material called cocopeat. It used to get thrown away. Today, it's black gold. Cocopeat gets compressed in high-pressure machines to make grow slabs, the base material for soil-less farming. This cocopeat can absorb up to 10 times its weight in water, and it gives plant roots the perfect oxygen. It's basically a natural sponge, nothing less than a super material. Today, in water-scarce countries like Israel and the Netherlands, cocopeat is the main material in hydroponics, soil-less growing. Tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, more yield in less space, with less water, meaning one coconut's waste is contributing to the world's food security. Okay, the husk story makes sense. But what about the hard shell that's left? Trash can? Absolutely not. The hard coconut shells get burned in large kilns with controlled oxygen at high temperatures. Result? Activated charcoal, way more powerful than regular coal. This activated charcoal goes into water purification filters, industrial masks that absorb toxic gases, and in the medical industry for toxin removal. Next time you drink water from an RO purifier, its filter might have a coconut shell working in there. Life is poetic. From the same shell, they make briquettes, eco-friendly fuel blocks. These burn longer than regular coal and produce less smoke. The world sees them as the future of biofuel. Now we get to the inside of the coconut. And here's where the real magic happens. Coconut water, the stuff you casually drink, is processed with the kind of care you'd see in a pharmaceutical company. Right after extraction, it flows straight through stainless steel pipelines into chilling tanks. No contact with outside air, because oxidation would change the flavor. Then multi-stage filtration, followed by robotic hands sealing it into sterile bottles or cans. No artificial sugar, no preservatives, just nature's purest energy drink, delivered straight to your hands, but with so much precision that contamination is basically impossible. The global coconut water market today is worth over $8 billion, and it's growing every year. Next up, coconut milk and cream. The white flesh, the kernel, gets washed and cut into small flakes, soaked in hot water, then pressed mechanically. More water gives you milk, Less water gives you thick cream. They're pasteurized and packed, and this is another billion-dollar market. But after extracting the milk, do they just throw away the dry leftover part? No way. That leftover gets dried, ground, and turned into coconut flour. Gluten-free, high-fiber, diabetic-friendly. Bakeries are going crazy for it right now. And from directly dried pieces comes desiccated coconut, the star ingredient in sweets and baking. Now we come to the most valuable product, coconut oil. Dried coconut flakes get pressed to extract the oil. This isn't just cooking oil, it's the base for cosmetics and skincare used in the pharmaceutical industry. Guys, today we've seen how every single part of a coconut gets used. Husk to ropes, geotextile, NASA-grade construction, cocopeat to hydroponics, food security, shell to activated charcoal, biofuel, water to global health drink, flesh to milk, cream, flour, oil, and maybe someday, jet fuel. This isn't just a fruit, it's a whole world. Next time you pick up a coconut, remember, behind it is a farmer's 6 years of hard work, a factory worker's skill, and a supply chain that's feeding the world, healing the world, and maybe one day, helping it fly too. If this video made you look at coconuts in a whole new way, hit that like button for sure. And drop a comment. Which fact shocked you the most? Catch you in the next video.